Hello dear friends, in today's video I'll be talking about what is pi, right? What is so strange about pi that so many mathematicians have spent their entire life calculating the value of pi, right? So let's get back to this. What is pi? Pi is nothing but the 16th letter in Greek alphabet, right? Like we have the 16th letter in English alphabet is P. In the same way, this symbol pi is the 16th letter in Greek alphabet. Okay. Now the next question is, since when this letter pi is being used in mathematics, right? So in order to answer this question, let's get back to 3500 BC. Now why this is important? What happened in 3500 and 500 BC? So there was problems like what we face in day-to-day life. For example, I'm feeling hot, right? So I'm talking in general. So we created air conditioners. We wanted to communicate, so we invented mobile phones, and so on. One more example could be we wanted to keep the left out food, so we invented refrigerators. And like this, there was a problem in those days. What was that problem? To carry goods from one place to another, right? This was very challenging in those days. So what those people did, they invented something known as wheelbarrow. You can see it. So there is a cart which is connected with a wheel, right? So even though they invented wheelbarrow, they had another issue. What was that issue or rather problem? It was that this wheel was not perfectly round. Okay, now if it is not perfectly round, what it used to do, it started wobbling, right? So a lot of goods used to fall out, and therefore eventually it led to loss, right? So finally what they did, they made a measurement by which an accurate wheel could be made, right? So let's see what is that measurement. So what they found is, if the diameter of the wheel is 7 units, then the circumference has to be 22 units. Then only it will be perfectly round wheel, otherwise it won't, right? So this 22 by 7, this ratio is important, and what it indicates? It indicates if dia is 7, then the circumference has to be 22, otherwise it won't be a perfectly round wheel, right? So to represent this ratio, which is 22 by 7, this symbol pi is used, and therefore from here we get the definition of pi, that it is the ratio of any circle, that is its circumference to its dia. So now what is pi? The symbol circumference divided by 2r. Now what is this dia? Dia is nothing but twice of radius. So we can write in place of d 2r, and if I cross multiply this, we get circumference of a circle as 2 pi r, right? And therefore from here we get the formula for circumference as 2 pi r, right? Now the next question is, why we use this symbol, right? So although it is not perfectly known that this is the perfect reason, but one reason could be, since in Greek language circumference is known as periphery, and in Greek language this is how it is written, right? And perimeter means perimetros in Greek language, right? So one reason could be, since both the words start with this symbol, and that is the reason this symbol is used for pi. So let's see the visual proof of this in the next video. I hope you like this video. Thank you. So friends, just now we have seen that the Greek civilizations, they found out that if the ratio is 22 by 7, then it will be a perfect circle. So let's see the visual proof of it, right? So surprisingly, I found a pen stand which is in the form of a circle, and its diameter is 7 units. So basically if I measure this, so you can see this is exactly 7 units or 7 centimeter, right? So now what they told, if the diameter is 7 centimeter, then the circumference should be 22. So to measure the circumference, I have taken a thread, you can see here. So if I measure it, So this thing. So now this length is nothing but the circumference of the pen stand. So I have marked it with red color over here. Now all we have to do is just check whether this is 22 or not. So if I keep it this way, I should get this length as 22. So I hope you can see this. Yeah, so here we have it as 22. So if I keep it here, this is 0 and this is 22 exactly, right? So if I can show you clearly, at this point, and then this mark is at exactly 22, you can see here, right? So this proves that if the diameter is 7 units, then the circumference is 22, then we have a perfect circle. So you can see here. So that is how they got the perfect wheel for the wheelbarrow. I hope you like this illustration. Thank you. So friends, we have seen the value of pi is 22/7, but you will be shocked to hear that this is not the value of pi. Yes, you heard it clearly. The value of pi is non-terminating and non-repeating. It is an irrational number, right? So see, 22/7, if you calculate this, you will get 3.142857, and then again this value will repeat 142857, right? So that means pi, the accurate value of pi is not 22/7. It is still calculated, right? So even the supercomputers have failed, but it is still going on and on. Now what is the accurate value of pi? It is 3.1459 and so on, some numbers, right? So you can see there is a micro unit difference between 22/7 and the accurate value of pi. So what it means, till now whatever area we have been calculating of, let's say, cylinder or circle, right, that was incorrect. Okay, now what are the uses of pi? So wherever we have circles, cylinders, hemisphere or sphere, and if you are talking about the area, its volume, you can have pi. You can always see a pi in the formula. But what kind of figures we have in which pi will not come? For example, square, right, cube, cuboid, all those things will not have pi. So these are the uses of pi. So now it is easy to remember the formula, right? You will be knowing where pi will come or not. Okay. Now friends, pi is also celebrated as a day. Exactly, it is celebrated as a day. On which day it is celebrated? 14th March. Now what is the mystery about this number 14th March? So to answer this, let's see the value of pi. 3.14159, right? So this first digit, this is month, so third month is March, and this first two decimal places 14 is the day, right? So pi day is celebrated on 14th March, right? And that too, on 14th March it is celebrated on a particular time also. What is that time? So to answer that, again you see the next three decimal points, 159, right? So this 159 is nothing but 1:59 p.m. So isn't it nice to know this, right? So pi day is celebrated on 14th March. So this is the question of GK. When is pi day celebrated? So 14th March at what time? 1:59, right? Now let's talk about the strange coincidence about this day. So friends, the great Albert Einstein was born on this day, and the great physicist Stephen Hawking died on this day. So this was all about pi. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much.